Hi guys, it's Dave from Florence Road here. I just wanted to show you in this particular training video how you can create columns for those people that have the little widget called Woo. For most of the people that we work with, we install Woo themes and it comes with some cool little short codes. So I just want to show you how you can create a column. So instead of the page looking like this, you can have it looking a little bit like that. And it just kind of changes the layout. Sometimes it's easier to read. So let's have a look at this page, and you can see, we're just in the text editor at the moment, and all I'm going to do is just hit enter, and I'm going to have 3 columns. So what I'll do is hit the insert Woo shortcode, and you can see I've got all these options. Now I'll go through all these options in another video another time, but for now we're just doing columns. So I'll just go column layout, and then it will ask you, a little pop-up window will come up, and it'll ask you how many columns do you want. And in this particular example, let's say I want 3 columns. So 1, 2, 3. Now you can't just hit insert, you need to actually click the button. So you go 1, 2, 3. So that's to say 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns. You can do different variations. You can come back and do it, but this is just the preferred and easiest way to do it. So go 1, 2, 3 and then click insert. And I'll insert some short code. Don't be too afraid of this code. Basically, in the short code, it's open column, close column, open second column, close second column, open third column, close third column. So it's just a matter of being organized. So it's quite easy to make a mistake. So what I usually do is I spread them out over the page so I know what I'm doing. I get rid of the information there and I drop that down. And if you follow this method, you usually shouldn't have a problem. And then just put some spacing between them so you know where the first one starts. You'll have to get rid of that later on, where it starts and where it finishes. So then what you need to do is, obviously with this top paragraph, we kind of want to keep it relatively even. So I'm going to copy all that text there and I'm going to paste it in here. And then I'm going to grab, I'll get that much there. And I'll put it in there, and then I'll get the last one, and I'll put that in there. Now, see, I've already made a mistake. That needs to go in there. You can tell because it's got a little backslash, and that means the end of the column. And then what you should do is just close them off again, because those spaces will take effect. So just close that all off to make sure that works. Yep. And then we're just going to preview what we've done and see how it looks. So whilst we wait for that to come up, there we go. So you can see it looks a little bit different. Middle column looks like it's a little bit too long. So I might grab that column there and move it over, which was this one here. Take that out and put that in there. Now, one other thing that you'll notice, and I'm just going to do a demo to show you. So yep, that doesn't look too bad. The columns are obviously different lengths. Now what happens if your last column is shorter, which it is, than the rest of the text? I've actually got a box in here that stops this from happening. But let's say I wanted to start writing in here. So this content should sit under the columns. And I just want to use this as an example because this is a common question that I would get. You'll see the content ends up over here, or even though I've closed that third column, which is really annoying because I actually wanted it down the bottom. So what you should do is just use the Woo shortcode again and go dividers. So with the dividers, on most people's themes, the horizontal rule is a single grey line. The divider is just a blank line. So if you want to, it's often good to put in a little grey line just to separate them. So I'm just going to do HR and hit preview, and you can see there you go. So that's split that column out, and then you can put a line in here. So for this particular site, I'll probably go and put a heading in there, so just to kind of break it all up. And yeah, it just kind of changes the layout of the page. So hopefully that's useful. And obviously you can do 2 columns or 4 columns or whatever you like, but just don't forget on the end to do a little HR to separate them. So I hope you found that useful.